The year 1993, a year that will live in infamy. Not because of little things like the World Trade Center bombing, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, or Bill Clinton firing a missile at Baghdad in response to an assassination attempt on George Bush, but because of the violation of any and all human decency that was the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It was the first ever attempt to take a video game and put it on the silver screen. While at the time there had been movies based on the idea of video games like Tron, The Wizard, or the psychologically scarring San Antonio field trip known as Cloak and Dagger, there had yet to be an attempt to take one of these and turn it into one of these. For a first attempt, the movie was, well,
monkey!
And ever since then, video game movies have garnered a reputation for being a little, well,
too bad you will die.
It's safe to say most video game movies are just made for a quick buck through brand recognition and really nothing else. But as of recent, I've noticed that game movies are starting to get ever so slightly better. The Warcraft movie wasn't a masterpiece and was panned by critics and casual moviegoers alike, but was an absolute joy for fans of the series, with it being chock full of fan service and references to the deeper lore of the series. And the Rampage movie wasn't too accurate to the games, but it was still a fun action movie.
Monkey!
The most recent examples I can use are Detective Pikachu and the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Detective Pikachu was a great live-action adaptation of the Pokemon world with a good mix of realism, fantasy, and science fiction. While the story was all over the place and the most likely studio-mandated casting of Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu was really just Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds, the way they managed to translate the anime-style Pokemon designs to live action without them feeling out of place and still being recognizable is a genuine miracle. The Sonic movie is a much more interesting case, though. At a surface level, it's just your typical Alvin and the Chipmunks style, humans interacting with cartoon characters in the real world type movie. But it was able to bring a certain charm to it that none of those other movies could, and also had possibly the most accurate and likable interpretation of the Sonic character, even compared to some of the most recent games. So yeah, it seems like the video game movie curse is slowly being broken, and the reason is pretty obvious. Video game movies like Resident Evil and Tomb Raider were made by cynical studio executives trying to cash in on this newfangled video game fad. They didn't know or care how to adapt an interactive medium into a linear film. But now there are people in Hollywood that actually grew up with these video games and more or less know which elements work on the big screen and how to adapt them properly. Now that being said, this doesn't mean that every video game movie is gonna be a masterpiece going forward. Just like book adaptations, you got your Harry Potters, and then you have your Percy Jacksons. It's inevitable that we're gonna keep getting the occasional
ultra nightmare, monkey!
But it's safe to say that good video game movies are gonna at least be more common from here on out. So what do you guys think? Are video game movies gonna keep getting better, or are we gonna keep getting
monkey? Make
sure to tell me in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, leave a like and become a pyromaniac yourself by subscribing. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.
monkey!